order to help the GATE aspirants in order to better their career opportunities. So first I would like to introduce you to the Anmol Sharma. He got AIR 131 in GATE 2015 and he is presently working at Power Grid Corporation of India Limited. Then next we have with us Muthuraj, who achieved AIR 6 in GATE 2016 and presently studying in M.Tech at IISc Bangalore. Then we have Shikhar, who achieved AIR 139 in GATE 2016 and he is presently working in BHEL. Then Nitin, who achieved AIR 63 in GATE 2016 and presently working in IOCL. And at last we have with us Sambit, who is working in NTPC and achieved the AIR of 32 in GATE 2016. So first of all, I would like to congratulate you all on your wonderful achievement in GATE 2015 and 2016. And I hope that whatever wisdom they have gained through the years will be helpful for other GATE powers in order to understand what can be done after GATE. So let me start this seminar, let me start this live session by first asking each of them how is their life going after GATE and what all has changed in 1 year. Is the life a bit hectic or it is very cool in this scenario? So one by one I would like to urge these guys to answer this question. So let us start with Anmol.
I joined PGCIL in 2015 and since then I have 2 different postings. My first posting was in commissioning site where it was very hectic. Right now I am in at corporate center, which is a bit manageable, but still it's hectic sometimes. Life in Power Grid is 80% hectic because you have a very hard responsibility of delivering power to nation. That's the reason why job at Power Grid some people don't like. And also people are unsatisfied. Perks are fun. There is no problem in getting salary and allowances, but locations are one perspective by which people don't prefer Power Grid much. And regarding hectic work time, sometimes it's very hectic. Like there's no specified working time in Power Grid. You are on 24-hour duty, that's for sure. Even in corporate office, sometimes you have to work more. But moreover, considering the hecticness of life in Power Grid, corporate is on the lighter side. Sites are very, very hectic. It's a 24-hour job. You may not get holidays, you may not get what you are entitled. So, if one wants to learn and achieve something in life, Power Grid is I think in my view, is one of the best PSU to work with, if you have a working temperament.
Next, let us move on to Muthuraj, who will let us know how is the life in M.Tech and what is the workload.
Hello everyone, I am Muthuraj Pillai. I am currently doing my M.Tech from IISc Bangalore. My specialization is microelectronics. Life at IISc for me is very good. I have now completed my 2 semesters in IISc. IISc with regards to coursework is very flexible. You can take your courses at your own pace. Like for my specialization I have to do 12 courses. So I have flexibility of doing the 12 courses over a span of 4 semesters. Apart from coursework and project and the academic life, the extracurricular and social life is also very good in IISc if you can manage your coursework and that is the academic side as well as the social life. And also the professors and the environment, everything is very good in IISc and it is very conducive for your studies and it will help you a lot.
Next, let us ask Shikhar, how is the life at BHEL?
Currently I am working in BHEL Bhopal and it's close to my hometown, that's why I chose BHEL Bhopal. Or if you want a decent work-life balance, then BHEL is the one PSU which you can work with. Okay. So working hours same fixed होते हैं because मैं unit में posted हूँ BHEL Bhopal unit and उसमें working hours fixed होते हैं उस वजह से आपको overtime नहीं करना होता. Mean 7 to 4 it's fixed 7 to 4. 4 o'clock आप ऑफिस से बाहर जा सकते हो तो आप एक्सपेक्ट कर सकते हो कि प्रॉपर वर्क लाइफ बैलेंस है वहाँ पे. और काम जो है अगर आप ऑयल PSUs को से कंपेयर करेंगे तो it's a bit technical here. Like you can apply whatever you have learned in your college life. I have been posted in transformers department, तो मैं वैसे mechanical background से हूँ, but I can apply something like I'm in design, mechanical design, transformer tank design. So I can apply the strength of materials kind of subject which I have learned during my GATE preparation. So decent work-life balance and job satisfaction is there in BHEL. yeah, salary wise you can say for 1 year, your basic will be less than all other PSUs. Like my basic is right now 20,600, and in all other PSUs it's 24,600. So the salary is a bit less in BHL for this, but this is they're only for 1 year. But work-life balance, social balance, so you can say some you can join clubs and all, because after 4 you will be free. So work-life balance is there.
Next, let us ask Nitin, how is work life at IOCL?
Hello everyone, I am at Muthuraj terminal, and my department is marketing department. And I will say work life is somewhat balanced, but it depends on you. Actually, it is a government organization, so you can save, and it also depends on your boss, whether he wants you to do work more or he pressurizes. Because in marketing, you have to do with public directly. You have to go for public dealing. Because whenever the price get revised, MS and HSD every 15 days it is getting revised. So what happens that when the price get revised, so sales officer will push the sales. So you will get the pressure to send more and more oil. So finally, for getting the profit, it is all the marketing. Refinery is producing, pipeline is transferring, and marketing is all depends on sale. So finally, we are doing sales. So one more thing, that you will not get 2 consecutive days holidays, because public dealing is there. Even if Saturday is off, suppose Saturday is off, then Sunday will be the filling, and you will get compensatory allowances and compensatory off because of that. And if you want a balanced life, then pipeline and refinery are somewhat better compared to marketing. But in marketing, you don't have to think about money. You will get enough money to enjoy the life. So you can get the COPs and manage it to plan some holidays and book the holiday homes and enjoy the life.
Moving on to Sambit, he'll let us know how is the work-life balance at NTPC.
Hello guys, actually I am now posted in Kaniya, NTPC, which is my hometown. Actually the plant is 160 kilometers away from my home, so I can easily travel each Saturday and Sunday. Actually in NTPC training program lasts for 1 year. Now 8 months are already completed and 4 months are still remaining. Training program consists of actually 4 modules. First module is 4 months of technical module, then management module, then DOJ and ROJ. DOJ means direct on job training and ROJ means rotation on job training. So NTPC में actually वर्क लाइफ बैलेंस बहुत चाहिए, क्योंकि हम NTPC का सबसे बेस्ट है टाउनशिप के अंदर सारे के सारे फैसिलिटीज आपको मिलेगा. क्लब है, जिम है, स्विमिंग पूल है, पार्क्स बहुत सारे हैं और काफी सारे मतलब लोग जो है कोऑपरेटिव है, मतलब टेक्निकल लर्निंग में आपको हर स्टेज में हेल्प करेंगे. मतलब जैसे कि ट्रेनिंग चल रहा है, अभी टेक्निकल खत्म हो गया, तो जैसे टेक्निकल में कुछ डाउट्स वगैरह होंगे तो कहीं पे भी आप पूछ सकते हो. मतलब लर्निंग अपॉर्चुनिटीज काफी सारे हैं, तो सारे को ही हेल्प कर रहा है. और टाउनशिप काफी अच्छा है रहने के लिए, लेकिन थोड़ा इंटीरियर में है, तो जिसको मतलब थोड़ा लर्निंग अपॉर्चुनिटीज के लिए कोई जॉब चाहिए, PSU चाहिए, तो NTPC मेरे हिसाब से बहुत सही है.
So that now we know how is the work-life balance at different PSUs and how is their life going. Now let us understand what kind of jobs are they doing in different PSUs. So again, since Anmol graduated in 2015, he got a GAIA in 2015 and he joined Power Grid. So let us ask him throughout the 2 years what kind of work has he done in the Power Grid and what is his job role, what kind of work is allotted to him. So Anmol, what kind of work do you do at Power Grid?
Currently I am in engineering finances, so I watch 2 finances. However, I am an electrical engineer, but still I watch 2 finances. So currently my job is to maintain worksheet balances and a bit of, you can say, costing of equipment and maintaining tariff, commercial side I am. In short, I can say that I deal with totally tariff and CRC, Central Electricity Regulatory Commissioning. It's a commission which grant tariff to NTPC and also Power Grid. So I am currently dealing with it. However, I am an electrical engineer, but I am doing finance job. Because in Power Grid, you don't know what you will do. Power Grid has a scheme that shows that after every 5 or 6 years, you have an opportunity to switch. So previously, my first posting was at site. I was a commissioning engineer and I used to test equipment, basically relays. So in relay testing, I applied my all power system knowledge and gained a lot of it. But my second posting was in financials, totally new job. I don't know a thing. I learned. So power grid is like, you cannot be assured that you will get something. Maybe in 3 years after, I will again be an engineering job. So it's a very rotational and dynamic company. You get a lot of opportunity to learn everything. Because in long time, you have to have that commercial sense also and technical sense also in order to grow overall. Power grid is a very good opportunity for overall development.
So what I feel is, since he has worked in both technical as well as economic sector, so I guess Power Grid offers a great opportunity if you wish to grow your career, if you wish to learn the technical as well as managerial functions. Now let us move on to Muthuraj and let us understand what kind of life is at IISc, what kind of workload does it handle, and what are the different type of facilities provided. So first question would be, what kind of course are you doing at IISc Bangalore?
Since my specialization is microelectronics, most of the IITs have microelectronics and VLSI, and IISc Bangalore has microelectronics. So what microelectronics deals with is devices. There are two, it can be divided into devices and circuits. Microelectronics deals with devices and VLSI is about circuits. So in microelectronics, the courses which I have taken, they are about devices. So in IISc, I have to do 12 courses in my M.Tech. So in this 12 courses, I have two pools, in which pool A consists of device courses and pool B consists of circuits courses. In pool A, I have to do 3 compulsory courses, and pool B, I have to do 3 compulsory courses. So in total, I have 6 compulsory courses, and the other 6 courses I can take any course from IISc from any department. I can also do courses from HR department, electrical department, computer science, anything. The 6 courses can be any course of your own interest. Only the other 6 core courses which are compulsory have to be done from my department. So this is the course work distribution in IISc for microelectronics specialization. Like this, each and every specialization has its own set of core courses which are to be done from the department, and some elective courses which can be done from any department in IISc.
So I guess IISc offers a great deal of interdisciplinary research opportunities. Now what I would like to know is, what kind of faculties are there? Are there experienced faculties or a mix of new as well as experienced faculties?
As far as faculty in IISc is concerned, you don't have to worry about anything. The professors are experienced, they have a lot of knowledge, and they are very flexible and approachable. If you have any doubt, you can contact them at any time. They are very helpful and they are ready to help you at any time if you have some doubt in your project. And one thing about IISc is, most of the courses in IISc have project. So apart from the regular theory which you study from book, at the end of the course you also have to implement a project based on what you have studied. So that, according to me, is a very good thing in IISc, because after learning the theory, you have to apply it by doing a project. So that helps to build your knowledge. And professors, they are of very good quality, their knowledge is very good. The assignments which they set, and the exams are open book. So these kind of exams actually make you think, and you do not have to buy hard things and go for the exam. You do not feel any pressure before the exam day. You have marked up so many things, whether you will remember or not. Nothing like that. You can take books as many as you can. You can make your own notes, take them. The exams are open book, open internet, everything is open. Only you have to apply the concept which you have learned and find a solution to the problem. That's how exams are in IISc, open book, open internet. So you can actually enjoy studying in IISc. That's what I am doing.
So actually, what kind of labs do they have? What kind of infrastructure is there?
The infrastructure in IISc is very good. Like the specialization which I am doing, microelectronics, we have devices lab. We have a foundry in IISc in a sense department, that is Center for Nanoscience. So the lab setup has almost all the equipments, like state-of-the-art technology. You can, a very few IITs have them, and forget about the private colleges having them. They are very costly equipments which you can only get hands-on in IISc. And the lab equipment and the lab structure, you have to do so and so lab activities. They are very well structured, so you can actually learn a lot from your lab and also from the theory which you learn. The theory which you learn, you apply in the lab, the same thing. So according to me, the infrastructure is very good for labs.
So do you get any free time apart from studies in IISc? Because what I have heard from other people is it is quite hectic, especially at IISc instead of other IITs as well.
See, as I have already told that IISc is very flexible. I have already been told to do 12 courses in my M.Tech. So I can do them at my own pace. It's not like I have to do 6 in first semester, 6 in second semester and complete it off. Or not like that. What I have done is I have done 5 courses in my first semester and 4 in my second. So I have completed 9, I am left with 3. So I am planning to do it like 2 in my third semester and 1 in fourth semester. So if in the beginning if you find it very hectic, you can also there is a flexibility like you take 6 or 7 courses in the beginning, and if you are not able to manage them, in IISc you are given a time frame, you are given a window within which if you are not able to manage the courses, you can drop few courses. Like I took 6 courses, then later on I dropped 1 course and I did my 5 courses in first semester. So like that, if you are not able to manage, you always have the flexibility of dropping the course midway. And if you can drop the course and you can do the courses on your own pace, and that's it.
So I guess IISc is one of the best places, as I've heard through the years, to do M.Tech if you want to, because they are offering flexibility, they are offering different type of courses as well as interdisciplinary courses. So nice insight by Muthuraj, we'll get back to him later. So let us now move on to Shikhar, and I would like to let you know that he is from IIT Indore as well. So he is from my own college and he is my junior, and he is working at BHEL. So let us try and understand what kind of work he has to do at BHEL.
So first of all, BHEL has 1 year training. So right now I'm in my training period. It's 7th or 8th month of my training period, and I have not been allotted any department yet. But yeah, I've been given a transformers group. Like I'll going to work in transformers. So let me tell you something about the transformers and the departments in that group. So transformers have a manufacturing group, an engineering group, a financial, commercial, and that one more thing is after sales of the transformers, after sales services, transformer services, and yeah, that's all. And in the out of these departments, I'll be given mainly manufacturing, because I'm from mechanical background. So maybe in mechanical design I will be posted in that particular mechanical design. What I'm gonna do like in transformer there is one reactive part. As you all know that one reactive part, and that outer covering is tank. So mainly my work will be designing of the tank and giving strength to the tank. So that will be in my work in mechanical design, and other department will be manufacturing. So in that I'll be posted at one of the shop of manufacturing, like it may be core building, winding, assembly of the transformer, and then I'll have to just supervise. Like there will be supervisors and artisans under you. So a workforce of around 50 people will be under you, and you have to guide them. You will be given a task, a work order from engineering department. If you are posted at manufacturing, you will be given a work order, and then you have to work according to that particular work order. So this is the work at manufacturing. Then one thing is material management. Let me tell you one thing. This is particularly for transformer department. It's not like that. Actually, in every other product, like BHEL is known for products like transformers, traction motors, turbine, and all of them have the same department. Like one for engineering, one for manufacturing, one for material management. So in material management, what you have to do is you have to make some indents, and you have to open price bidding, technical price bidding, and it's kind of commercial work you have to do. There's nothing technical in there, but commercial works. In transformer sales is you have to get the order. So it's like a marketing. You have to market your product. Like and one more group is your power sector. If you're posted at power sector side, then you have to establishment of transformers and all. This will be the work. Yeah,
and what I have talked with Shikhar is that he wanted to switch to ONGC, so he gained quite an insight of what goes on in ONGC, what kind of work is done. So I would like to ask him what kind of work is done in ONGC and what was the reason behind the intention to switch to ONGC from BHEL.
As you all know that ONGC have quite some good perks, and the salary is more there. Yeah, that's for sure. Salary is more there. But the thing is, you need to have some proper work-life balance, which I was having in BHEL, because I completed my 7 months there, and there was not a single time where I felt that I have worked more than what I was supposed to do. So that proper work-life balance was there in BHEL. At first I thought that I'll go to ONGC, but the work there, like I was given AE mechanical, in that AE mechanical I was given drilling services. So what generally happens in drilling services, in AE mechanical you will be given two type of jobs, like one will be side job, so it will be well services, or you can have drilling services, and another one is engineering. So in that I was given drilling services. So what I was supposed to do, that generally at that drilling rig, drilling takes place. So whatever fault comes in mud pump or drilling platform, I have to I'll be working as a maintenance engineer there, and I will have to correct all the faults which will be coming in there. So it was like a side job, and sometimes it will happen that what I have heard from other people who are already working in ONGC Ahmedabad. I was given ONGC Ahmedabad drilling services. So what I've heard that, like, sometimes you have to go, like, in personal you have to go and you have to hammer, if you have to use hammer or ratchet spanners and all, and you have to correct all the things by yourself. Like, no labor is going to work for you, because they will say like, sir, I don't know how to fix these things, these kind of things. So you will have to go by yourself, and maybe 12 in the noon you will have to go by yourself, and you have to fix that pump. So the job was kind of hard, 2 days on off, or maybe you can get 14 days on off. But in those 2 days you will have to work for 12 hours, like 8 to 8 in morning, and the next day 8 to 8 in the evening. So these were some kind of things which motivated me not to go for ONGC, rather stay in BHEL.
So what I gather from what Shikhar has told is, basically there are two types of job in PSU that you might be getting. One will be a field job and one will be an office job. In ONGC, what the job he was getting was a field job, in which he had to not worry about getting his hands dirty, and he might be working even at the labor level, but labor is supposed to do. So guys, if you are interested in a kind of field job, then do not worry about getting your hands dirty. You might have to do something which you haven't done so far. You might have to do mechanical work, you might have to tighten the screws, you might have to repair the transformer. So that way, if you are interested in field job, that is the reality of the field job, and the working hours are not so fixed. You have to work in flexible hours, you have to work in shifts, and you have to work long hours if you are in a field job. In office job, it is mostly the paperwork. In office job, it won't be that much hectic, and work-life balance will be more. So it depends on person to person, because I have few good contacts who are working in field job as well as in office job. So now let us move on to Nitin. As I gather about him, last year also, who likes to have a good work-life balance. So let us listen to him. How is the work-life balance, and what kind of job he is doing at IOCL, so that he can maintain a good social life.
Okay, let me tell you one thing about IOCL. First, it is in a role of officer in marketing. In marketing, you will get a job as a sales officer, or in terminals, or in bottling plants. In marketing terminal division, you will get posted as a maintenance officer. Maintenance officers mein you will see all the works in the tank farm area, all the works, maintenance works that are going, all hot permit works, cold permit works, whatever the maintenance external labor is coming there permit, because you are dealing with inflammable material. Okay, so everything has been designed with a proper work schedule. Work permit will be there as per we deal with IISc and PSU. Some rules are there. You will get it in deeply when you will go. But I will tell them in maintenance you have to deal with all kind of job, mechanical kind of job, electrical kind of job, all kind of jobs you are doing. And in second is safety and maintenance. Since I have told that it is an inflammable material, so safety is our main area to concentrate. Okay, so then in this what we do, safety tasks are there, fire drills are there. You have to perform that. You have to teach the laborers and all this how to deal, and you have to check each and everything that safety belts are properly there in the filling area. All things regarding the safety you have to check, and monthly pump testing and all has to be done. So that will be supervised by you. And in third is operations. In operations you have to fill up that PT. This is my job, and this is the most boring job in IOCL. The people don't like the IOCL just because of this job, because in this you have to fill up the TTs, and now automation is there, so you don't have to check the dip. Actually what we do, we check the dip of the TTs, so whether it is fully fit or how much it wants, we have to fill up the TTs, so more load will be there. When sales will get changed, any fluctuation in the pricing will be there, then you will feel pressure, because you have to fill up within particular time, so much of TT, and it depends on how you are serving the public, whether the indent is coming, how much time you are taking to clear it. In our terminal, this is the best thing that we clear it immediately. Even at 5 o'clock we get the indent and we clear it. So we do public dealing very well. So that's why we get little pressure also. So this is the job of operation officer. Third is the last one is the automation. In the automation is a very good department, totally technical. You have to all deal with PLC software and all the General Electric and all design softwares, where you will get some contractors will be there to assist you. Then let me come to, this is the marketing terminal overview. Now it depends on you which you prefer. Now let me come to aviation. In aviation, what is there that you have to aviation fuel, it is you know that there is no parking area in the air, so you have to just work very neatly and clearly that you will not make any mistake, because that will be a national issue. You have to fill up the jet service within the particular time frame. So whatever the flight timings are there, you just have to go there and supervise the filling, or sometimes you have to do it, workers are not there. So that is the thing, and you have to make proper maintenance over there, because sometimes some hose is not there, anything, so hose connection is not perfect, or anything small thing will lead to a big mistake in the aircraft. So that will be a national issue. Then you have to do for testing, silver test, silver corrosion test, and all these tests in the particular time. You have to check the vapor content in the ZTF fuel or ATF fuel. Then after that, the bottling plant somehow more public dealing is there, because more employee dealing, because you are appointed, you directly going from college or with no work experience or little work experience. After that, you have to just deal with so many employees which are more elder than you, in like the age of your father and grandfather. Then you have to deal with them. So how you manage that, it depends all on you. So it is somehow in bottling plant that kind of job is there. In pipeline, it is somehow technical job. I will say that I come to know with the friends that they are working in switchyard, some are in constructions, so they have to visit in the site, and some are going for inspection of pipelines. And in refinery has, now I tell you about the transfers. In transfers, IOCL has marketing every year you will get transfer, and in pipeline 5 to 6 years or somehow more. But in my marketing division, you will get transfer. And one more thing is IOCL sales officer job. That for that everybody wants marketing. Okay, IOCL sales officer job. In this, you have to work from home, and somehow you have to go for DON inspection of the petrol pump. You will get so much TADA. People are earning more than double salary of any PSU that you are earning, and you will get all the allowances for that traveling and all, and you will enjoy the life. There will be perfect social life balance. In you can manage it yourself, because you can schedule your timings as per you. You don't have to go to office. You have to work from home. So it depends on you how you manage. If you are not able to manage, then you will feel very hectic, and some of my friends are there who are not, even after getting the sales, who are not happy. So it all depends on you how you manage your work, how you manage your social life. For me, I told that I don't want very hectic schedule in the PSU. I just came to PSU for making my social life better. So I just told to my boss, and my boss is good. Somehow he manages for me, and just I am doing a perfect timing 9 to 5 job. Otherwise, in my terminal also some persons are doing 12 hours or 14 hours. But for that you will get extra money for working extra. And if you are working up to from 5 to 7 o'clock, you will get nothing. But after 7, If it is 7:05, then you will get 250 rupees, and after 9 o'clock you will get 950 rupees. And if you are working in Sundays, you will get 1,250 rupees and 1 day's compensatory off. If you are not taking that, then 2,500. And you have to avail that within 3 months. That's your. But that's it from my side.
So what I guess from what Nitin has told is, guys, if you want to enter into a marketing job, one thing is sure that you need to have a personality trait, that you need to be kind of extrovert and you need to kind of convince people, whether they may be the customers or whether they may be the leaders. And this is the change that I have observed in Nitin in the past 1 year, that he has become quite an extrovert. He is good at talking, he is good at dealing with people. So that is a trait that you have to develop if you have to enter the marketing. Now let us know from Sambit, since he is working in one of the most prestigious PSUs or one of the most sought after PSUs, NTPC, what kind of work has to be done there?
Actually, in NTPC there are two kinds of fields. One is greenfield and one is brownfield. In greenfield, what happens? Actually, one plant is newly constructed for some years. Let's say Gadarwada, which is now being constructed since last 4 years, and it will be going up to next 4 years. So it will continue. It's a period of 10 years. In greenfield, actually projects are going for long periods. So if someone is going to greenfield for working or interested in greenfield, he can learn so much things in greenfield, because when one plant is constructed newly, he can deal with new equipment, he can sign bonds of crores and crore rupees. So he can understand how to manage both equipment and people. But in brownfield, what happens? There are basically two sections. One is operation, second one is maintenance. In operation, people are in shift. There are basically 3 kinds of shifts. One is morning, evening, then at night. So what happens in operation? So when people go for shift, they work for 8 hours, and after 8 hours, there is no gossip, no phone call to it. So they can enjoy their life, to their extent. They can, roam around here and there. They can enjoy within the township, which is, I already said that is a better place in NTPC. Then, but in maintenance, what happens? There is a regular shift from 9 AM to 5 PM. From 9 AM to 5 PM, they have to monitor what actually the plant is going through, what kind of equipment need to be maintained. If operation people actually ask for this equipment is not working properly, they issue a check sheet, or equipment is not working properly, they issue a written form to the maintenance people that we should see this. So maintenance people from 9 AM to 5 PM, they only do this kind of work. Working, they will check each and every equipment that is working properly or not. After that, they will go to their home. But if necessary, so the GM or AGM who is in charge, they can call the maintenance people at any time. So they are in a check mode of 24 hours daily. So in maintenance, kind of hectic is there, but in operation, you can work for 8 hours, and rest of how many hours? 16 hours you can enjoy. So I think from electrical point of view, I have learned a lot in training period. Now, if actually the new CMD has announced that 80% of executive trainees will be posted in operation and 20% will be posted in maintenance. So in operation, we have to work for 5 years. Then rotation will be there. We may go to the maintenance section. We may go to the HR department or finance department. Means during 35 years of career in NTPC, each one can have experience of each field. Operation 5 years to 10 years. Then maintenance 5 years to 10 years. Then finance. Then HR. Then corporate. So when he has to retire, he can experience everything in NTPC. He can enjoy everything. So that's all.
So now that I guess they have all told what kind of work goes on in different PSUs, you guys also might have got a good idea what kind of work is to be done in different PSUs. Now one thing that I gathered the feedback from my few friends, that there are different type of tests that are going on, different kind of exams that are going on within each PSU. So let us ask them to shed a bit more light what kind of tests that they go through and what kind of exams do they give and what is the training process in each PSU. So let us start with Anmol, who has given quite a few exams in PowerGrid in order to stay at the corporate office. So what kind of training did you undergo and what kind of exams do they conduct?
It's a 3 months in-house training where you will be posted at Manesar. Manesar is a training complex of PowerGrid, and there you will be taught various subjects. You will be taught your HR thing, law, what kind of laws are applicable in PowerGrid, finance, and also the technical thing. Technical thing goes for around 1.5 months because it's long. Yeah, you will be learning HVDC, 765 kV networks, every sort of high voltage kV networks, and for each module such as finance, HR, you will be giving tests in it, and the one who scores the maximum marks will get the choice of posting. Subject to the posting is available at this place. Means if I want posting at corporate office and there is no job opportunity as corporate office, I cannot be given corporate office. So they ask you about 3 choices in terms of where you want to go, and if you are on top and there is a job opening at that position, you will surely be getting that job. However, it's just a place of posting. Nobody defines what you will be doing. Like in corporate office, I never knew I will be doing finances. I thought I will be doing some HVDC thing, but that is not possible. So overall, it's like only post place you can find. Even in regions, you see all Indian grid is divided into 7 to 8 regions: north, south, east, west, and northeast. And if you want to go at particular place, nobody can give you that place, but one can give you a region. Suppose I am from north. I want to get posting in my house near maybe Alwar or something. So nobody can give you that place. They can only give you the region. And each region has about, I can say, 25 to 30 job locations. So that can be any job location. As my friend said that brownfield and greenfield projects are there. Greenfield projects are there which is under construction. And in PowerGrid the construction phase is short because it's not as of complicated as of generation project. So brownfield projects goes for around 4 years. So you can be posted there, and the training policy has been changed from last year. You will be rotated, continuously rotated after 2 or 3 months. You will be getting a job option, exposure at operations, and exposure at testing, and exposure at commissioning, and exposure at HVDC. So PowerGrid has changed its training norms last year. 3 months will be of in-house classroom program, and rest of 9 months you will be roaming in a region, experiencing different fields, experiencing operations, experiencing maintenance, experiencing commissioning. All kind of tests they will give you in PowerGrid, and at the final stage, they will be conducting an exam. An exam will be of interview, and also you have to give a presentation on what you have learned. And after that, they will decide, HR will decide the marks and give you the place of posting. Not place, but the region of your personal region. And in regional head will decide where will you go, what is his requirement. So this is kind of thing. And posting is a bit uncertain. You can get the region, but you may not get your place of preferable place of posting, even if you get a number rank 1.
Then let us discuss with Shikhar what kind of test has he undergone in BHEL if he has given any exam.
So in BHEL, as I have already told, it is a 1-year training program. So at first, the posting which you will, on which you will be there is given at first prior to your joining. So I was given BHEL Bhopal unit, and then for 2 months I was in on rotation. I was put on rotation in various departments of BHEL Bhopal for 2 months, and then for 4 months it was a common induction learning program in which you are taught about finances, about HR, about IITs, about your laws, about labor laws, and different kinds of things you are taught there. And then after that 4 months training, you have to give a test, and that test will be based on the knowledge which you have gained in during your common induction learning module, like CIL module. And for the next 6 months, you will be given department, and you will be put on job training. So in on job, after 6 months of on job training, when you are going to be absorbed in even level as an executive, then there will be one more test in which you will be asked about the things which you have learned during your on-job training. So the test will be in two phases. First about the CIL, about the HR modules, about the finances, and about even in IT, they teach you something about IT also, and about different softwares which you are going to use like NX, AutoCAD and CATIA, these kind of softwares. And the questions will be belonging to these questions. Questions will be belonging to these part only for your first test. After that, after 6 years of on-job training, the questions will be related to the department in which you are posted. So these there are total of 2 tests prior to your absorption. That's it.
Then let us ask Nitin if he has given any exams in IOCL.
No, I have not given any exams in IOCL, but let me tell you about the training. IOCL is one of the best training. It gives joining in directly in the, you will get training, common induction module training in 5-star hotel they call you, and for first time of posting, your classroom will run over there for about 28 days. You will stay there. Then after that, in that you will learn all the basic things from all the general managers and all high expert faculties within the IOCL only. They come and teach you all the things about IOC and all company structure and company status and products we dealing. And after that, they will tell you about finance and HR and all policies. After that, they will give department allocation. Department allocation, they will give refinery, pipeline and marketing. I got marketing. Then after that, marketing, one more training. I went to Bombay, and from Bombay, 7 days classroom training, and rest of the 7 days field training was there. For the field training, and I went to Ahmedabad in 2 days terminal training, 3 days terminal training, 2 days bottling plant field training, and 1 day for aviation. And after that you will get the posting. After that you have to give a presentation on each of the department depending on the groups. Whatever you have learned after in marketing division, that I am telling because I got the marketing, so in that you have to give the presentation, and you will be divide yourself among groups whether you choose terminal training or bottling plant or whatever you have to represent a presentation, that's it. And in pipelines they will get a training of 28 days I guess, and in the finished 2 month training is there. After that they will get the posting, and there are regular trainings we get. Some of this recently I got fire drill, live fire drill training and all. You will get consecutive trainings in between your job, and self training also. So it, some small 2-3 days training, 4 days training that will come in between of your job only. And if you switch the department, then also training will come, and that's it.
Now let us move on to Sambit if he has given any exams and undergone training in NTPC.
Okay, in NTPC actually training period lasts for 1 year, which I have already said. So during one year of training program, basically it is divided into 4 sections, 4 months, 4 months, 4 months. Sorry, 3 months, 4 months, then remaining 2 sections. So during first 4 months will be given technical training. So my technical training was in Dadri. So during technical module, what happens? So you have to be familiarized with each and every equipment of plant. So during that training period, n number of tests are conducted. So during that training period, one for power plant familiarization, then operation chemistry, then electrical protection, switcher safety, and different tests. So you have to perform well in those exams. For if you want to be posted nearer to your home, because in NTPC what happens, plants are started all over India. So you can find your most preferable choice nearer to home. So that's why you have to perform well in those tests to get those locations. Otherwise, if you will be posted, some person belongs to Rajasthan, but he doesn't perform well in all exams, he will be posted in Assam because no options will be available for him at last. So you have to do well in technical module, because technical section consists of more weightage, 800 marks out of 2000. Then management which will be held in PY Noida. During management module, what happens? They will be given how to behave with your subordinates, how to deal with your elder ones, then GMs, how to fill the form differently, then staff is there, ESS is there. So in management module, I want to add drama will be there for 15 days, drama module. So you can learn the expressions, how to laugh at very depressing moment. So you will be exposed to more practical situations during drama module. Again, outbound is there, which will consist 100 to 200 marks. So you have to be more practical during those training periods. You have to be orient yourself, involve yourself, so that you can perform well in the exams. And last 4 months, actually, one is DOJ and ROJ. So my ROJ is already finished. So day after tomorrow, I'll be continuing with DOJ, direct on-job training. So basically, DOJ, what will happen? So I'll be, or all the IITs will be familiarized with shift jobs, because initially they don't know actually how to go to the plant in time punctually, or to do all those biometric things. So how to wait all the night during 8 hours. So they will be exposed to those fields practically. And in ROJ, rotation on job training, which lasts for 10 days only, 2 days each section. We have to move to finance for 2 days, HR 2 days, then operation 2 days, maintenance 2 days, safety 2 days. So we will learn everything during ROJ, DOJ training, and if you will perform well in all exams, you will be posted your hometown, and you will get a nice location.
Guys, now you might have understood in different PSUs you have to go through different exams if you want to get a posting location, and once you get into a PSU your gate rank would not matter that much. So kindly prepare well when you are inside the PSU. Do involve yourself in different activities that are going on there, and do not care about what rank you got in gate, because once you enter PSU that all will not matter. Now let us understand what kind of life they do lead and what kind of day do they undergo. That is, what is the typical schedule of a day in a PSU? So Anmol, what kind of day or schedule do we maintain at the power grid?
At power grid I have 2 different postings. First I will explain the site posting.
No, what I mean to say is what kind of schedule from morning to evening that you do?
Regular evening at site is like you wake up in the morning and you don't know what you have to do, because everything is so uncertain in construction. You have vague ideas. So in the morning you wake up, you do all your necessary course to ramp up the construction. That maybe you have to communicate with the DC commissioner of the your construction area, or you have to console the villagers. So let us pass the line, or let us do the thing. You have to resolve an ROW, or you will be doing some Excel work in the morning. You don't know. Every morning you have tasks defined for yourself. One thing is good in PGCIL is you have an overall aim to achieve, so you can break your task according to you. But you have to decide every morning that what you will be doing. However, in corporate, you know previously that what you will be doing for a week. So your schedule is adjusted already. You can do your thing in a week. Like you can was power in 3 days, you can finish your work and you can take off for 2 days. That sort of facility is provided only at CC. That your work is certain. You know what you have to do. So that kind of job in the happens. And in the morning, around 9, I have to reach in the office, and or around half an hour or 1 hour lunch is there around 1 to 2. During that time, you can break your shifts. You have to interact with various departments. You have to do your own work, and you have to coordinate with everything, because in CC the whole thing is about coordination. In corporate office you have to coordinate with other departments, you have to coordinate with sites and etc. So in my overall schedule of weekdays is very hectic. I woke up at 9 and I come back at 7. However, in weekends I took a off and I don't go to office. But in the last quarter, as I'm financial, last quarter is very important for a company, so I do have to work on Saturday or Sunday. one day I have to work, and there is no compensatory of, there is no extra, company don't pay you extra because it's your job, you have to do it. So that's the thing.
Next, moving on to Muthuraj, since he is studying at IISc, and I guess it is quite hectic. So what kind of schedule is there?
My schedule at IISc, actually the schedule depends on the courses which you take. The lectures start from 8 am and last up to 5 pm. And in the afternoon, there are not many lectures, most of them are labs. So if you have taken 3:0 course, the credit there, in IISc it is credit system. So the courses can be 3:0, 4:1, 2:1. So if it's a 3:0 course, there are no labs and only 3 hours per week lectures. So the lectures can be on Tuesdays and Thursdays for 1.5 hours, or Monday, Wednesday, Friday for 1 hour each. So likewise, the lecture starts from 9 am and 8 am or 9 am and lasts up to 5 pm. So if you have taken some 4 or 5 courses, or maybe if you have taken 6 courses, it might be quite hectic because you will have to attend the lectures. Because if you cannot study on your own from some reference books like you did in B.Tech, because here the professors have their own exam, they have their assignments, which you could only do if you attend their lectures and understand the concepts from them. So you have to attend the lectures, not compulsorily, like you yourself don't like missing the lectures. So the lectures start from 8 am. So if you have 1 hour lecture at 8 am, it can last up to 9, and then maybe you have a 1 hour free slot, and the lecture might again start at 12. It depends on the courses which you have taken and the schedule which has been fixed for that. It won't be like that you keep attending lectures from morning 8 or 9 till 5 pm. You will have some breaks in between, and in the afternoon you have labs. So the labs will be of 3 hours from 2 pm to 5 pm. And after 5 pm, almost all the lectures are over, labs are over. After that you get free time. You can either go to library study or you can go to gymkhana. IISc has a gymkhana in which you can play all kind of sports, right from carom, chess till badminton, polo, soccer, archery, etc. So in the evening you can enjoy that. You have a playground, you can play cricket, football. There are a lot many sports which you can choose from. You can follow some hobby or passion, like there are guitar classes, drama classes, and a lot many classes. And after evening you have time till 11 or 12 in the night, so you can schedule accordingly. It's not that it's hectic the whole day. If you can manage well your academics and sports activities and other extracurriculars, it will be good for you. But like you have assignments to do, you have to prepare for your exams, you have some projects, so it is kind of hectic, but it is not like you feel pressurized. If you enjoy studying and if you enjoy doing projects and everything, you will actually enjoy the hectic schedule also. And if you could manage well, you can get time out for extracurricular activities.
Now moving on to Shikhar, since he already told us that he gets free at 4 pm. So what do you do after 4 pm? What kind of facilities do you get?
I mentioned that there is a club, as I have been posted in unit. So there is a proper township at BHEL Bhopal, and there are proper clubs there. So I have joined a club. It's very nominal rate, like 200 rupees per month, and you can take the club membership for that, and you can play different type of games like squash. You can play squash, swimming, table tennis. So I have joined swimming and table tennis classes. So generally after 4 pm I take rest till 6, and after 6 I go to club, and till 6, from 6 to 9 I stay in the club and play various games. So sometimes there are also movies. Open air theatre is there in BHEL Bhopal. So sometimes I do also watch movies in there, and badminton is also there. So different kind of games are already there. So you can play whatever you want to do,
So as I told you that Nitin is also involved in lot of social activities. So I would like to know what kind of activities does he do? How does he take time out for gym and other activities?
In marketing, you will not get so much time for your social life. So I will say that what I do, I just talk to my boss that I came here to make my social life more better rather than my career. So it is your choice whether you want your professional life better or your social life. One side you have to compromise, because whenever price revision is there, because you have to fill up daily about 400 to 500 trucks. So every one of your colleagues is extending, whether it is for money or anything, but they are extending, they are doing work. So if you are going out from the mob, then you will be getting highlighted. So you have to compromise somewhere, clashes with your boss, clashes with your colleagues also. So for me, I just come out from the office at 5 o'clock. After 5 o'clock, 5:30 I reach home, then I go to the gym. And after that, I also write some fitness blogs and all. And I am planning to start fitness channel. Like that, I just involve and make myself happy. Just because the work in IOCL is not, may not satisfy you, because you are from technical background and you are going into totally management skills, and you have to directly deal with the truck drivers. So your body language all will get changed. If sometimes you will get pressurized, because he will say that he has less oil in his TT. Sometimes he has more oil. So you say him to take out. And I am posted in Madurai terminal. All Tamil is there, and I am from North India. So I have to manage all that thing. So in PSU you will get a positive opportunity that is that you can learn a new language. You will learn some of Tamil, or other language you will also learn. And if you think from negatively, then you will become frustrated. Just because you are from different area and you have some expectations regarding your social life, regarding your future, and you have to not only learn new things but also new language also. So it has its own positivity as well as negativity. And in PSU, all it depends on you. What you choose, your career, all it depends on your boss also and your location posting also. In UP, some of the locations are there where I come to know that boss says that no need to do work after 4 o'clock. They start playing badminton also. So their social life is better. In our terminal, everybody is working after 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. If you are going at 5 o'clock, means you are doing nothing. Even if you have a hectic schedule whole day, you build all the duty, but if you are moving at 5 o'clock, means you have done nothing. So this kind of mentality will be there. So you have to deal all with this. And in my terminal, there is no particular shift job is not there. In some marketing department, marketing terminals, they have some shift job. So they get 8 hours job, but somehow you have to extend the job also, because some officer, shift officer is in leave, or somebody will go, then you have to compromise, you have to extend it to 12 hours to 6. For 24 hours, you have to manage 12 hours plus 12 hours, like that your 2 officers will do. So somehow you have to manage. But you will get paid, so that's why you will be happy. That's it.
So one thing that I would like to tell you guys, Nitin is quite physically fit. So if he is starting a physically fit channel or fitness channel, so kindly join that, and you will get a lot to learn if you want to get into gymming and if you want to really build your body. Then moving on to Sambit. So let us ask him what kind of work does he do after the office hours.
Okay, actually my training period is still going on, so I have not gone to plant yet. But during training period, what happens, I have to go to the classroom. Actually, training period is basically classroom training. So during training period, I have to go to the classroom at 9:30 a.m. and classroom training will be over around 4 p.m. So in between that, lunch will be there for 2 hours. Actually, we enjoy. Actually, lunch hour is 1 hour, but we enjoy 2 hours and 2.5 an hour. So during training period, it is said that ETs and ADs. ET means executive training and AD means executive director. So they are diamonds of NTPC. They enjoy life. They actually don't do anything in the plant. So during training period I am enjoying quite a lot. But after training is over, classroom training is over, so I go to the club. I applied for club membership as Shikhar has also said that I have to fill a form of 200 rupees per month for club membership. Each employee actually does that. So in club you can find all kinds of games and sports like badminton, TT, then swimming pool is also there. So employees in NTPC actually keep themselves very involved in physical activities to fit in. So that operation job, you have to work in operation 8 hours. So if you not do any physical exercise, how can you be fit? So I am also doing exercises. Actually, I am very much motivated from Nitin after I met him last year. So I was around 78 kg. Now I am 165. So I've lost much weight. So in NTPC, employees will be there, to motivate you. Do something. Let's go and play long tennis. Long tennis. What is also there? Let's go and play volleyball, football, cricket. Actually, cricket matches are going continuously throughout the year. Gully cricket, day-night matches. They enjoy quite a lot. And for girls, girls, there is actually association is there in each township. So they will be, more involved in cultural activities like dancing, singing. Girls, they do those kind of work. So we boys will be entertained by those activities. So okay, in NTPC, employees enjoy quite a lot, and including me. So okay, that's.
So actually guys, I think that is not at all a myth that if you want to lead a good life, if you want to engage in extracurricular activities, you'll get a lot of time at PSU, and actually they are offering their own clubs and own facilities, so you can indulge in sports and everything else. Now in this section, I guess you might have got a good idea of what is the life at PSU, what kind of work is to be done, and what are the extracurricular activities. Now one question that intrigues each GATE aspirant is, how to prepare for selection procedure in different PSUs, how to get selected. In that, let us go through different PSUs and ask each of these guys what kind of interview do they take, what kind of GD topics do they give, and what is the overall selection procedure. So first, let us start with first PSU, that is Power Grid. So since Anmol is working in Power Grid, let him share some insight into how to get into Power Grid, what kind of interview do they take. So first of all, what was the interview topic that you were given? Sorry, GD topic.
GD topic was, at that time, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan was very highlighted. So we were given Swachh Bharat Abhiyan.
And was there any group task also involved?
No group task
so
involved.
Only GD was there. And what kind of expectations do they keep in GD? Like if you have to speak every time, or you can be just like passive or speak once or twice, what kind of things that we have to do?
Power Grid GD is taken very lightly. So all you need to do is speak on the topic. Even if you are not speaking, the moderator will shut other people and ask you to speak or give one or two insight on that topic. So it's very, you can say, averaged out and nominal.
And what was the, like, do they ask your favorite subject in the interview, and what subjects do they expect from you?
Yes. There is an IIS officer who is heading the interview, and he will be the one who is breaking the ice, and he'll ask you to tell about yourself. So whenever you are telling about yourself, do tell what you like in subjects, because on that subject they will be asking questions. There may be a chance they are not asking you separately. They might be asking what Power Grid does.
And what sort of interview panel is there? How many people and from what department?
Okay, one is the moderator, IAS officer, who is the head of the panel, and two are from HR, 2 people are from technical, and one will only be from noting your behavior, whether you are getting fuzzy, whether you are getting nervous. But overall interview process is also not very tough. It's I guess it's very easy. If you tell them what you like, they will ask only question on that subject. They won't ask
which subject basically you told them.
I told them about power electronics devices, and they asked me about HVDC thing.
HVDC and different type of devices like
exactly. And
device physics.
Very easy question they will ask. They will ask you difference, what the basic difference between diode and an SCR. So that kind of basic questions they will ask. And from them, they may build up or they may not build up.
Or can they also give you some sort of numerical problem or some sort of a question, or it is only mostly theory based?
No, it's mostly theory based. They can only ask you to make a diagram.
Okay. So basically guys, you have to prepare for theory well, and there will not be any sort of numericals that will be asked inside the interview process. What other interviews did you appear for?
I appeared for ONGC, NTPC and IOCL, because that's only the form I filled.
And what is the basic difference in NTPC interview? Because what I gather is that interview process is quite typical as compared to the PSU.
Yes, exactly. NTPC goes into the depth of technical. In my introduction, I told them that I have done my training in distribution transformer designing. So my whole topic was around 15 minutes. They asked me, they grilled me down to the basic of distribution transformer designing. And I was good at it. They even asked me the numerical values about it. They asked me some typical of the most typical topics that can be built on that. So whenever you are telling that what is your strength, that has to be your real strength. You cannot bluff in NTPC in technical terms. However, you can manage somehow in other PSUs because they would not go into drilling. But NTPC goes into typical drilling of every single subject. They can even give you a numerical. I was even given a small but simple numerical about distribution transformer, and see, they have a lot. They have a. I can see that NTPC gives a lot of time to the particular interview, and they kept things out of you until you submit that. Okay, I don't know this. This is my thing. They won't stop. And most of the time, and there will be one or two basic HR questions. They will be asking about your family background. Every PSU asks about your family background. And since I was a lone child, they asked that if you will be posted Northeast, what would your family do? That kind of thing you should be prepared for.
I think most of the PSUs will be asking about the posting, whether or not you will be comfortable posted outside.
No, of course, actually I was alone in the child, so they asked what will your parents will do about it. That's kind of thing. It was not my asking about my preference, but what would be my family preferences and what would my family do. That kind of thing they will try to drill you down. That's just a simple thing. You can always evade.
And do they also ask about the company or something, that why do you want to join that company?
Exactly, they do ask me, and in NTPC I'll tell you, they will, most of the time the interview will be after the power grid results are out. So they will ask me whether you are selected in power grid or not. Fortunately at that period of time, I didn't get an offer. So I told them honestly that I was not selected. So they were okay with it, but the people whom they told them, okay, I was selected in power grid, NTPC didn't select people from already selected PSU. So NTPC is very selective about this thing. They will be calling people from 1 to 250 rank, and the 250 rank has equal chance of being selected as the person at now.
So I guess the interview process in NTPC is quite fair and square, and your gate rank won't matter that much. And do you think the primary reason of not selecting power grid people because they won't be going on to join the PSU?
Exactly.
So that is a good thing, guys, that if you are selected in one PSU or if your senior is selected in one PSU, then you have a good chance of getting into NTPC because they won't be preferring that particular person. Now moving on to Muthuraj, as I gather he has given quite a few interviews in IITs and IISc for M.Tech. So let us discuss with him what kind of interview or selection process goes on to at first at IISc.
First I would like to tell that in 2016 I have not given any interview because my rank was 6, I got direct admission in IISc. But in 2014 my gate rank was 70. That time I had given quite a lot of interviews in IITs. So in IISc there are two branches, there are two departments. One is DESE, that is Department of Electronic Systems Engineering, and the other one is ECE, Electronics and Communication Engineering. Now this ECE department has three specializations, that is Microelectronics, Communication and Signal Processing, and DESE has ESE, that is Electronic Systems Engineering, ESE course. And for ECE department, the three specializations, there are no interviews, they are direct admission. And for ESE, that is Electronic Systems Engineering, they have a written test and an interview. So in ESE department, the written test consists of mathematics and analog and digital subjects. So the test will be, and there might be also C programs, questions related to networking, and there is no fixed syllabus for the written test. They can ask you from anything, like C programs, networking questions, analog, digital, signal processing, power electronics. Like it's not even from ECE department courses, they can be from electrical department courses also. And after the written test, there is an interview. There are 2-3 panels for the interview. Now, as soon as you go for the interview, they first ask you about your strong subject. Now, the whole interview will not be based on only that subject. They might ask you some other courses or about other courses also, depending upon the panel. If there is an expert from C programming or some embedded systems in that panel, you might be asked questions from related to programming like UART, SPI, I2C, etc. And if there is an expert in power electronics, he might ask you about some power converters like that. So it depends on the panel which you get, and it's totally random which panel you get. And after the interview, the results are mailed to the person whether he is selected or not.
And actually, I think what I gather from your experience is that there is no preferred subject like that when you are sitting for an interview. That will only depend on the panel. They won't ask you what is your favorite subject and all those things.
Like they might ask you, they might give you a chance of telling your favorite subject, they might ask few questions from that, but it's not that they'll completely ask you only from that subject which you tell as your favorite subject. They might ask from other subjects.
So what I conclude from this, guys, if you want to sit for M.Tech interviews, it is good that you prepare all the subjects very well, not like PSUs where you have to prepare only one or two subjects, whichever are your favorite. So if you are going for M.Tech, do prepare all the subjects. And what about, is there any difference between the selection process in IITs and IISc?
Yes, there is a little bit of difference. Like in IIT Delhi, when I gave interview for communication systems, there was no written test. The students were shortlisted on the basis of gate score, and after shortlisting, there was directly interview, no written test. And there were two panels, and the questions were primarily based on communication. So, like it depends on the specialization for which you are giving interview. If you are giving interview for microelectronics, mostly the questions will be based on devices. And if you are giving interview for communication systems, it will be based on this communication systems, signal processing, etc. So it's better to prepare the subjects for which related to the specialization which you are giving interview.
So actually, does this happen that if there will be certain ranks that will be directly getting admitted and some others might go through a written test or something like that, or it is universal for all?
No, it depends on the IIT. Like in IIT Bombay, there are no interviews. They are direct admission. That is the research course. They have written test and interview. And there is also a Texas Instruments sponsored course in IIT Madras for which they have a written test and interview. In IIT Delhi, they have interviews. That is, they shortlist based on your gate score for different specializations. That is IEC, Integrated Electronic Systems, and Communication Systems, Signal Processing. So they shortlist based on your gate score and they call you for interview. And in IIT Kharagpur, there is direct admission, no interviews. In IIT Kanpur, there is interview. They shortlist you, call for written test and interview. And in IIT Guwahati, it is direct admission. IIT Roorkee, it is direct admission. So it depends on the IIT, like whether they want to take. They might also change for a particular year. Like up to last year, they might have direct admission, and this year they might suddenly have a written test and interview. So it totally depends on the IIT. You cannot generalize.
But it will not depend on rank, right? First rank and the 100th rank will go through the same process.
Yeah. Like if you have been shortlisted for interview and written test, then your gate rank doesn't matter much. Everything depends on your performance in the written test and interview.
So guys, in M.Tech actually you just have the gate rank to be eligible to be selected in that particular M.Tech course. But when you want to get into that course, the entire thing will matter on how do you do at the particular interview and the written test. Now moving on to Shikhar, first of all what I would like to ask is what forms did you fill after gate rank?
HPCL, IOCL, ONGC and NTPC.
So since we have gathered a lot about NTPC, let us first start with ONGC. What is the recruitment process there?
There is no group discussion in ONGC. There will be only personal interview, and prior to the interview, generally it happens in all PSU that you are asked to fill a form in which they ask you about your subject which you like the most, and the questions will be based on that only. Like in my case, it was like that. Sometimes it may happen that they will ask you something different. Like when I was going through BHEL interview, they asked me some questions which I have not heard. Like it was totally out of the subject. They were technical questions, but they were out of the subject. So sometimes it may happen. It differs from panel to panel. But in ONGC, I was asked only questions about pumps because as it is an oil company, so they generally ask about the pumps. So if you are from mechanical background, do prepare for pumps and centrifugal pumps and other types of pumps, and because they ask you mostly on this, like what is the material of pump, what is the material of the blade which is there in pump. So do prepare for these kind of things. And generally, as ONGC, there is a condition that you have to spend your 3 years in Northeast area. So they ask me something about Northeast area, whether you are cool with going to Northeast area, because I am also a single child, and they asked me that what if your parents wants to live with you. So I explained them that you are providing us decent quarters and something like that, so I will take my parents with me. So these kind of answers they are expecting from you, because they will mainly ask, because joining ONGC is not a big thing. Going through with the postings, with the job, and with the hectic environment which will be there in all the PSUs is a tough task. So generally they ask you that generally they want to test that whether you will stay in the PSU or not. So the questions will be depending on that what if you get selected. Not much technical, but what if you get selected, then whether you go to the place of posting which you have been given but you are not want to go there. This kind of thing.
And one thing that I also know is that they go through a process called as document verification. In that, do they give you a list of documents that you need to bring to that particular interview, or you have to gather all by yourself?
First of all, like the number of candidates which are there on that day, they sit generally in a room in a big auditorium hall, and on the whiteboard they give you the list of the documents which you should have in that particular order also. Like first you should have 10th mark sheet, then 12th mark sheet, then your whole.
But they give only at that time, not prior.
Not prior to that.
So you have to carry all your documents, all the possible documents, and then they will tell you the list.
Yes.
So guys, do remember, whenever you are going for PSU interview, carry all the documents whichever you can, because you won't be told prior to that.
Sir, prior to that, in that form, there's a one checklist kind of thing is there. Like
that form they will send by mail or when you are going for interview?
Sir, the call letter. In that call letter, they send that checklist.
Okay. So you will be getting a checklist in that call letter. From that you can understand what all you need to carry. And what about other PSU? Which PSU did you appear for?
I appeared for all the PSUs which are platform, like for ONGC I appeared, IOCL, NTPC, BHEL, and one more HPCL also.
HPCL, what is the recruitment process?
I didn't get selected in HPCL. Actually, they don't give GD. There is a group task, and that's very hectic because it's disqualifying. Like you may get disqualified in that round, because when I gave that when I went through that group task, there were 8 members and only one, which is me. I got selected for the personal interview. So it's very hectic. Like in group text, the question was, they will give you like you are HOD or of some company and you have been allocated this much of budget. So what will you do? Like all the other guys will be some HR, like will be directors of some other department. One will be director of finance, one will be director of something like that. And you will be given in one group task, and it will last around for 45 minutes, and it's very hectic. And do prepare for this. And after that, there will be one personal interview. And that personal interview was totally HR. I was asked a question that why don't you play football? And for 45 minutes, I was drilled on this particular thing that why aren't you involved in physical activities?
So basically, other than HPCL, is the group task an eliminating round in any of the PSUs? Group task for GD?
No, GD is not eliminating in any other PSUs. In HPCL or in BPCL also.
Okay.
Other than that,
HPCL and BPCL do eliminate on the basis of GD and BC.
Yes.
Okay. And about other PSU that you were telling, BHEL, what is the recruitment process?
No GD was there in BHEL. There was simply one interview. It lasts for around half an hour. Half an hour interview was there. The questions were technical there, and some HR questions. One more thing. BTech project is very important. They'll ask you questions on BTech project. Again, for if you are having a half an hour interview, for 20 minutes it will be on your BTech project. In my case, it was like that. I was asked more and more questions about it, and they went deeper also. In NTPC also, they went deeper in my BTech project. They asked me what like it was manufacturing product. I manufactured a product, and they asked me what were the components which you have used, what were the strengths of the components which you have used, and prior to that manufacturing, did you use some software to analyze whether that project will sustain on that or not? Like these kind of technical things they asked in NTPC also, in BHEL also. Like in IOCL, it was not that hectic. There was some HR questions like what are your strengths and weakness, family background, and these kind of things were there. Are you interested in politics? And that time Geo offer came, so they asked me about how to win this Geo offer. So these questions were there, not technical. I guess I was not asked any technical questions in IOCL interview.
And what about internships? Do the internships really matter in the selection process?
Like they asked whether you have done your internship. In our college, there is a provision that whether you go through internship or whether you do your BTech project. So I told them I didn't go through any internship. I opt for BTech project. So they asked me on BTech project. BTech projects and internship are very important because that's how they will come to know that what is the perspective, what is your perspective about industry. In college and in academics you are fine because you have been called for the interview. Okay, they are okay with academics. But from internship they will come to know about the industrial perspective because you are going to work in industry.
But since a lot less students go through internships, is it a kind of eliminating factor in an interview?
It will matter because you can say you will be put on some downside because you haven't done an internship. So tell them that I have gone through some BTech project or your minor project. You can tell them it was your major project. You have to like you have to find the reason. Improvise. Like if you didn't go through an internship, then what were the reasons for that?
So basically, you have to be ready with a justification. Why did you not go through the internship? If you are well with that, then you will go fine.
Yeah.
But if you go blank, then it will be a negative factor.
Yes.
So then moving on to Nitin, what forms did you fill?
I filled Power Grid, BHEL, and NTPC and IOCL.
So basically, what was the now we know the recruitment process already. So what was the GD topic given to you in different PSUs?
In IOCL, that was a paperless office. That concept, because of Digital India, has came to whether paperless office has to be implemented. So that was the topic. In oil industry, you don't need, you are not allowed to go with digital and all items. Then how you deal with? So somehow that kind of topic. So I will suggest that for this year they may go for the failure of or whether the demonetization was successful. That current topics they can concentrate. Or when Jallikattu was some PETA act was going, so they can concentrate on that current topic, which with some GT topic they can check from the international and national news.
So basically, do you need to be ready with some of the hard facts and what were the figures, or just you need to put your opinion?
I just talked with other persons also that the GT topic was a kind of current little for in our group.
But what I mean to say, do you need to know the facts of each and everything when you are sitting in GD, or you just need to put forth your opinion?
You just put your opinion. That's it.
We need not be prepared with a hard fact, because sometimes what happens, as you already know, that engineers are not that much into news and reading newspapers and all those things. So they can also do with GD, but they just need to be have a basic understanding of that topic.
When again for us the topic is whether Kohinoor should bring back or not. That kind of topic means you don't think that that can be the topic also.
Okay.
So you just have to run your mind and just start the.
Basically, the thing is that you have to improvise in GD as well as in personal interview. And what about different interview questions asked in different interviews? So let us first start with Power Grid. What was the interview topic and what kind of questions did they ask?
As Anmol told that about the HR question, tell me about yourself. Then they went into your hobbies, and I impressed them with fortunately they got impressed with my hobbies, because my hobbies are quite different. So I told them that I do fitness and all. Then they asked tips for themselves also, but we have to do like that. Then they went into, then they said that there is enough HR, now go for technical questions. Then they asked me for HVDC and HVDC, then circuit breaker, to prepare power system in theoretical way. So I concentrated on circuit breaker and switchyards. After that, they again come into GT topic. They again come into that HR topic. About your family, whether you will stay. Then I come to know that I will get selected because they are satisfied with me in the.
Because they are asking you the after job scenario, yes, like that.
That's it.
So that kind of boosts the confidence.
That's it. Yes.
And what about other PSUs? What kind of interview do they take? Basically, what I mean to ask is, how should one be ready? What kind of questions will they ask so that they can prepare?
Okay, I will tell that first for oil companies, most important thing is that you are not getting any technical job, or maybe you will get or maybe you will not get. So they will ask whether they just ask whether you will stay or not. So they will they will try to know about your future plans and whether you will be happy, for what is your satisfaction level. and whether you want to, if you will not get a technical job after getting this much of good rank or after reading so much technical skills, then what you will feel. So try to convince. And in IOCL particularly, I will say that the rumors was that how they randomly they select the departments, marketing, pipeline, and refinery. But I come to know during my training, last day when we are getting posted, so that day the senior manager has said that, but you think that we go for random posting because it is a 15,000 crore making profit making company. So if you will do random, then how we will run the company? So we immediately we come to know that he said that it is only in the interview panel that by judging your personality, your interactive level, all that things, and with you discussing with you, then they decide for which department.
So basically your interview will matter later as well when you are being posted to a new location. Yes. Or you are being drafted in a department.
So for IOCL, if you want to go for pipeline only, so prepare your hobbies or your mindset. For that, you just know about the job culture, the work you have to perform, and make you yourself comfortable with that. So that after that you will just say that for this you are, and you also have to know that about the departments. For me, they have asked about the departments also. What are the departments and what is your preference? What is your preference of PSUs? Why not technical jobs? So prepare.
So basically you have to be kind of interesting and you have to be kind of interactive in the oil company so that those guys at least are not bored and they are like interested in knowing more about you. What about technical things? What technical subjects do we have to keep ready in technical PSUs?
In NTPC, I will say prepare technical well, also the numericals. For me, in NTPC interview, they have a question of transformer differential protection. So for that you have to take CT ratio. From that they went into CT, CTPT. From that means the interconnected topics were just frame of questions, again questions, and deeper they are going. So prepare circuit breaker part, theoretical part, so that you can also they come to know that you have some theoretical knowledge as well.
And what subjects did you prepare in particular?
I prepared power system and circuit breakers mainly, and machines basic. I will say just starting and all that area, theoretical area mostly, so that you just talk, interact with them more, and you will get more answers to say rather than concentrating on numericals. Because GATE is mainly on numerical skills, so your numerical skills become sharper, and somehow technical you are not much, you can not much explore. So better to explore.
Then moving on to Sambit. So Sambit, which forms did you fill for PSUs?
I filled all the forms like GALE, then NTPC, BHEL, Forward, IOCL, HPCL.
And like let us start with GALE. What did they ask you?
In GALE, they 50% was HR and 50% was technical. In technical, they asked me about my BTech project, which was temperature sensor speed control of induction motor. So they asked me about what temperature sensors are there, like thermocouple, thermistor. They will ask in detail. In room, is there any thermocouple? Is there any thermistor? Is there? So in GALE interview, more about technical was about my project, but in HR section they will ask that if during regarding posting, if you belong to Odisha, if you will be posted in North India, so will feel so much difficulty staying here, like food and all. So will you join GALE like that? So in GALE, 50% technical was related to my project and 50% HR was related to my posting kind of issue.
So now that we have gathered information about what kind of questions can be asked in interviews, so let us now understand from these guys that how can we prepare for interviews effectively after getting a good GALE rank. So again, let us start with Sambit. So Sambit, what kind of subjects do we need to prepare in electrical engineering if we want to get into PSU? What subjects do you recommend?
For core companies, all are actually core companies, but electrical related companies like Power Grid, NTPC, BHEL, you better go for power system and machines. In NTPC they will ask more in technical, 90% technical. So better opt for machines. But in power grid, if they ask machine sometimes, but they will ask power electronics and power system. For power system and power electronics, you can look PS Vipra, last section questions. Some big questions are there. You can so you will get an overall idea. But questions may come. They will give some another situation, like practical situation. If one machine there is one hot fault is there, so what will happen? How current will flow through that path? How it will make a closed path, or they will not support the current to pass through it. So what is the earth resistance? They will ask practical questions, but you can get an overall idea. So I will suggest to go through the questions which are on PSU and for machine and both the power electronics. But in power system, you can look at single line diagram of all the equipments in a substation, starting from lightning arrestor, isolator, circuit breaker, then transformer. So and do cover all the ratings of circuit breaker. Tape rating. Practically, they will ask what is making current, breaking current. They will ask. So I will say, if you have thorough idea about power system, then substation, you can handle all the questions asked in power grid and NTPC both.
Also, do we need to prepare with the rating values and all those things? What kind of values different components have? What is the range of those values? That sort of practical knowledge is it required?
Yes, in IOCL actually, I was asked about draw the single line diagram of power of a substation. Then they asked me what is that equipment, what is that equipment. So, and they asked what is the height of the lightning arrestor we have seen. So I told that sir, I think it's about 3 means height, average 15 to 18 feet, but I am not sure. Means, they will ask circuit breaker you have seen, how much amount of current it can handle. I said 5 kilo ampere. So approximately you have to answer how much amount of current it will handle. So they will ask practical things.
So basically, what would you recommend? Going through standard books, class notes, or study material? What will be helping in the interview?
Actually, in books you can't find all the practical things. If you have training in some substation, or you can go through online, NLDC on substation, then they will give all those ideas related all those equipments, circuit breaker rating. So I will suggest go to the website and find one substation in power grid or regional substation.
So basically gather knowledge of one of the substations or one of the plants of different PSU, that will more help.
Yes.
And what about books? They need to study through books or something like that? Standard books for 1 or 2 subjects?
Yes, power system protection, there are so many books. Actually, I have followed my state book, one state author's book. So it's Ravichandran. He has mentioned all those working functionalities of
in power system. Basically, protection is the most important part for interviews.
Yes.
And in machines and power electronics, you told about PSU and the back questions that are
yes.
Okay, thank you, Sambit. Now moving on to Nitin. So, what kind of preparation can one do for interviews?
I will say first prepare for their industrial training, and for industrial training they can go through that report they submit in their colleges. If they have not made the report, then they can contact their company where they went for the training, and that particular area booklet is there where the info about that particular plant is there, so they can read and all they will get to know.
And those reports will be available over internet also, no?
They will be available in the internet, or they can get from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically plant projects, internships, whatever one does, that sort of information is required.
That's because if technical question they will ask in about ratings and all, then they will ask only about your industrial training because you have visited that area. So,
but if someone has not done internship in a PSU or something like that, then what will happen?
So then, in case of asking question, so he will say that he has not done the training. Then they will ask then what your college did in that training instead of that what you have done. So for me, I have a training in NTPC, so they ask about me a hydropower plant with turbo generators with comparison and all. So you can relate it with your power system topic and machine topics with your training and get into some deeper theoretical knowledges and prepare PS Vimra for height and all. So they can come.
So basically, if you have done like internship in a PSU, then be prepared with that report, whatever the ratings of the components that were used in that. And other than that, what about different subjects? What are the most important subjects for electrical engineers?
For electrical engineers, I will say circuit breaker, power system protection, as well as machines.
And you have to read those through standard books, right?
That's it.
Standard books that you would recommend for that?
PS Vimra, and for power system CL Wadwa.
CL Wadwa. And what about protection part? Do we need to go through an additional book like Sambit suggested as Ravichandran?
It is better if you have a training in substation also, then you have some deeper knowledge, they may go in deep detail, but for oil companies they don't ask so much deep questions.
Oil, as I gathered, it is mostly HR part.
Yes, because their panel is also doing management job, they don't hire any faculties and all.
Also they are not in touch with those. In NTPC, do they hire faculties for interview or their staff is only there?
No, in NTPC their staff is there, but also they call for the professors from IIT Delhi and other colleges. In my case, what happened that the main panel member of NTPC went out and those IIT professors were there. So they asked.
So they will be digging deep into that.
They asked me one question that whether you went for interviews of M.Tech, and I don't know that he is a professor of IIT, so I just said that I am totally not interested in M.Tech. So then he taken in the ego.
They will be taking their grudge out on you. So guys, it will be better if you deal politely with the IIT professors. They won't be taking it well if you have any criticism for IITs or M.Tech. Now moving on to Shikhar. So basically, what kind of subjects are like most important for mechanical engineers in interviews?
From mechanical point of view, the important subjects are the subjects which you have filled in your form. Like they will ask you that what are the preferential subjects which you what are the interesting subjects which you like the most. So the questions will be from them only. For example, I filled thermodynamics, heat and mass transfer, fluid mechanics and fluid machinery, and prepare for the practical applications of your subjects like turbines, centrifugal pumps and all that. Because in oil companies the questions will be from that generally. And one thing is there, know about the company is very important, like CMD, the profit which he have earned in financial year or the loss which he had made, which the company had made. So learn about the company first, because when they will ask you that why do you want to join that company, then you can answer by using these factors, because this is the highest earning PSU, something like that. You can say anything, and you can drive your interview in the in whichever direction you want to take, because they don't have any particular checklist that I will ask questions from this thing only, this thing only, this thing only. The questions will depend on the answer which you are going to give, because they will find questions from your answer. So improvise and manipulate your interview. It depends only on you, and prepare from HR point of view. Strength and weakness is a very important question there. All the PSUs they generally ask the question, what are your strengths and weakness, about your family background, and show them that you want this job desperately. Like you are very desperate for getting this job, then only you'll get it, because they'll come to know from your interview whether you are interested in doing job here or not. So make them feel that you want this job. And this is from HR point of view. Technical, they won't ask you much, because I haven't asked. I was not asked many questions from technical. Apart from NTPC interview, NTPC interview they asked some technical questions, but that was from my BTech project company.
So basically, are there any general subjects that one should be well versed with, or it is only matter of choice?
It is only a matter of your choice, and it will vary from panel to panel.
Like there is no subject which is more important than the others.
Some core subjects are there in mechanical, like critical aspects of thermodynamics, turbo machinery, and something like that. These subjects, heat and mass transfer, it is very important. They will ask you questions from that. IC engines, they will ask you questions from that. Fluid mechanics, it's very important for oil companies. So fluid mechanics, do study fluid mechanics, because they will ask you questions from this thing only. Because I have gone through IOCL interview and they ask me questions on pumps also. So this fluid mechanics subject is very important from oil companies.
Okay. Then moving on to Muthuraj, what are the subjects that are important for an EC engineer?
For interviews in IITs and IIScs, your BTech project is very important. like you have to be well versed with what you have done, like each and every aspect of the project. Because if some panel member is the expertise of that area, then he definitely ask questions about your BE project. So be well versed with your BE project. And apart from that, if you are giving interview for like IEC in IIT Delhi, Integrated Electronic Systems, then you will have to be prepared with devices, analog and digital. Devices you can prepare from Streetman and Banerjee or Neiman, and analog you can prepare from Cetra and Smith, and digital you can prepare from Morris Mano.
So these three electronic subjects like ADC, analog and digital, they are most important. But about communications, do they ask that in interview?
Yeah, if you are giving interview for communication specialization, then you will be asked questions from communication systems, like you will be asked about autocorrelation, correlation, spectral density, etc.
Then basically signals and communication will come in handy.
Yeah, signals and communication will be important, and you can also expect few questions from control systems.
Oh.
And you can prepare communication from VP Lati. That was the book I referred. So basically, yeah, the specialization for which you have been interviewed is very important. So prepare courses according to the specialization which you are going to give interview on.
Okay. And what about type of questions? Are there only theory questions, or one has to prepare with numericals also?
Mostly they will be theoretical. They won't give you some numerical answer to be solved, because the interviews are only about 10-15 minutes or maximum 20 minutes.
Standard books will be sufficient to prepare for those theory questions.
Yeah, if you prepare from standard books, it is more than enough for those theoretical.
Oh. Then lastly, moving on to Anmol, what subjects do you recommend to one should prepare?
For core companies, as my fellow has already told, it will be power electronics, power system and machines.
So power electronics, power system and machine. Did you prepare them from standard book?
Yes, I will prepared it from standard book.
Which book do you recommend?
PS Vibra for power electronics and power system, and for machine also PS Vibra. For power system, sorry, it was Maths.
Okay. So that is all what I had to ask you guys. So now let us take some live questions which our users are posting on the Facebook. So first, let us take a question from Vicky Chatwani. He is saying, my overall aggregate is not 65, but my final year percentage is 70. In our university, degree is based on final year. Can I apply for Power Grid and IOCL? What is the percentage criteria basically? How much BTech percentage is required? So Nitin would like to answer that.
The percentage criteria is 65% or equivalent first division. So whether it depends on you in your degree, if it will, they are.
He is saying that in his degree it will be based on final year, in which he has 70%. So I think he will get first division. So
if he will get first division, then he has to attest that certificate only. So it doesn't matter that what are the previous scores he had. If he will get the first division or about 65, whatever the criteria of that particular PSU, then he can apply with that.
So Vicky, basically you have to attach your proof that you have got a first division, and then you will be able to get into that. Particular PSU. Then the one person Deepak Kumar is asking, if he has got 489 rank in ECE OBC category, then will he get call from PSU? Like, what is the general cutoff for OBC category? ECE.
He will get.
For OBC, I guess he will get calls from most of the PSUs, like NTPC, Power Grid.
So Deepak, you will be getting calls from most of the PSUs. Then the next is from Ramakrishna Purapati. He is saying his rank is 1027. What should he do? Should he get into M.Tech or should he take a drop, because he has already taken 2-year drop? What would you recommend? Shikhar would like to take that question.
M.Tech, go with M.Tech, because along with M.Tech you can prepare for PSUs. Don't take a drop because you will regret it after. Because I have seen so many people who are regretting the decision of taking a drop. So go with M.Tech. In whichever college you are getting it, go with M.Tech. And if your final decision is going into PSU, then along with your M.Tech, prepare for PSUs.
So then I would like to ask Muthuraj, do you get sufficient time that you can prepare for PSU or you can prepare for GATE again with M.Tech? Will you get that much time?
In IISc it is difficult. Like you can do it like by jeopardizing your score in M.Tech. If you are not concerned about your M.Tech and you only want to concentrate on getting a PSU job, then you can like just like get passing grades in your M.Tech coursework and concentrate on GATE and try to get a good score and move out with a PSU job, because later nobody will care about your M.Tech score or your pointer. But if you want to do some job in core sector and sit for placement, then your pointer will matter and your performance will matter. So if you are interested in PSU job, like you can get time like by getting low grades in your M.Tech coursework.
And also then one person has posted a question, do the number of attempts in GATE will matter in PSU selection? How many times have you attempted GATE? Will they ask such question?
No.
So basically that drop will not matter in PSU. So no matter how many drops you take, it won't matter in PSU. So these were the questions that our users have posted. Now I would like to ask if someone from the live audience would like to ask some questions from these toppers. Anyone? 1 minute. Let me give away the mic.
Sir, voice is coming, sir? Sir, I would like to ask sir, I would like to ask a question to Sambit sir. Sir, I would like to ask a question to Sambit sir. Sir, in NTPC, there is a screening test before entering. What type of the questions are asked in the screening test?
Screen test actually, my time there was no screen test actually. So, they will call for direct GD and then interview. No screen test there. No, actually, we are not being held.
Are you talking about written exam or any other fitness or physically test?
It is a computer-based screening test conducted before.
So in past, maybe there was screen test, but now there was no screen test.
Then only I think you should prepare with the GATE questions, whatever GATE course is there, because they are. I don't think they would be asking beyond that.
Actually, prepare only for technical courses. I have already mentioned from basic. GD they take it lightly and they definitely start.
And sir, I would like to ask a question to Anmol sir also. So, what is this? How is this social life at the PGCIL? If there are sufficient holidays, what are the job timing?
Job timing, as I've already told, it's a very growing and dynamic company, so you have a very less time for yourself. But however, you can manage. Like I am parallelly doing a course on philosophy and critical thinking from State University of Arizona. You can also do that, but it's your time. You have to something do for self-development, or you can do invest that time in social things. You cannot do both. So I will say it's the least among PSU. Social life is the least, but work is quite satisfying. I can say that you achieve a lot to work. There's no like daily work. There's something special work will be also be given to you, and you achieve a lot through it. If you finish some new kind of work in a dead time, people will appreciate that. Everyone will appreciate that. And in PGCIL, there is a very less bossism. You can easily communicate through any levels of management. Executive director, even you can go and communicate to CMD. That's how flexible PGCIL is. Everybody is available if you want to have a discussion, if you have to doubt, if you have something new to implement. That kind of thing is there in PGCIL.
Anyone else?
Thank you, sir.
Anyone else if you would like to ask any question?
My question is for Muthuraj sir. I want to know what are the opportunities after M.Tech, doing M.Tech from IISc. Do we get a job in research companies, or we can do a PhD? What opportunities we are having?
So see, if you do your M.Tech from IITs or IIScs in microelectronics and VLSI branch, there are a lot of placement opportunities for you. There are a lot of VLSI companies which recruit from IITs only. They don't recruit from. So see, if you do your M.Tech from IITs or IIScs in microelectronics and VLSI branch, there are a lot of placement opportunities for you. There are a lot of VLSI companies which recruit from IITs only. They don't recruit from private colleges or other colleges, M.Tech microeconomics graduates. So you have a good opportunity of getting placed in core companies like Intel, Texas Instruments, Qualcomm, Broadcom, Cisco, etc. So you need not worry about placements once you get into IIT or IISc in microelectronics and VLSI, because placement is almost guaranteed because there are a lot of jobs in this VLSI sector. And speaking about communication and signal processing, the jobs may not be as much as there are opportunities for VLSI, but nonetheless there are jobs for communication and signal processing also, but there are few in number compared to VLSI. And if you want to go for PhD, you can go for PhD either abroad or in IISc or in IITs. So if you do your M.Tech from IITs or IIScs, as IISc is very well known abroad, if you do your M.Tech from IISc, the recommendation which you get from your professors will be very useful to get a very good university abroad, and you will be given full scholarship for PhD. So like you can go for PhD and like research career after M.Tech. You may not be given some research opportunities, or if you are lucky you might get them. It depends on the company and the profile which it is offering during that placement. And like if you go for PhD, later you can obviously get research profile after your PhD either from IISc or abroad.
Is there an option of teaching available also after M.Tech?
After M.Tech teaching, you can do teaching in private colleges or state colleges. As far as IITs and IIScs are concerned, you definitely need to get a PhD and a postdoc also. So you cannot become professor just after your M.Tech. The rule has recently been passed, so you have to get your PhD. But you can try private colleges or state colleges. They might take you directly after M.Tech for professor job.
My question is for Nitin sir. If anyone wants to go in the cells in the IOCL, what type of things he has to specify in the interview? Is it possible?
Actually, you can decide only, I will say, the department, not particular sales, because it is done after that. It is random, and the posting is also random. In which place you will get rank, nothing matters. All matters is that your field, what you have.
Thank you.
So I think we have handled most of the doubts. So what I would like to now is I would like to conclude this session. I think this session would have been helpful for you guys sitting here as well as the guys that are watching us online. And I would like to thank all these toppers who have come together in order to provide such a good insight into the working of PSUs and what all is required for PSUs.